Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, so if anybody's watching my video a few videos ago, I did I made a rock pot basically because I had a tree growing. It was juniper, it was growing on top of the rock, and the rock it was on was all breaking apart, so I took it apart and I made a pot for it and I did all that. But on the rock as well, I also had a couple of little Chinese elms which were just kind of underplanting trees. They were just cuttings that I'd grown, so I just put them on. So I was out in the garden there a while ago and I was thinking I must get some little pots to put them into, and then I found this. I remembered I'd forgot that I'd done this. This is just a little tray, so it's like a kind of a vanity tray thing. It's like a marble effect, and I attached this stone to it a few years ago. It's wired. There's a wire going through the pot, through the things that hold it to the pot, so it's good and solid. And I just left it, always thinking I have two holes here drilled for and wire through for a tree to go in it there, but I just never got round to doing it. So I was thinking, why don't I put my little Chinese elms onto this, make it like a little mountainy forest kind of thing. So that's my plan, so that's what we'll get on with doing today. So I'll just move the camera in a bit closer. Okay, I also went up and I found another couple here, one there and one there, and I got this one as well, which was growing over a rock with good long roots on it, as you can see. So altogether I've got 5. I don't know if I'll use all 5, but we'll see. Okay, I think the first thing to do is probably I'll work here and work my way over. So my plan back here with this little one is, if I can, there's a hole here. I actually drilled this hole, but these holes, there's a few holes in it which are natural, but I drilled this little hole here. I'm hoping I can stuff this roots all the way through there, so I can just sit that one on there like that. That's the plan anyway, so we'll see. And then the roots can go down into the pot. The pot has drainage holes drilled in it, so basically I want the bulk of the roots in the pot growing, and then they grow a lot better than in a tiny little bit of muck on the top. Just try to feed all these roots through here. Gently through without breaking any if I can. Come on, don't break on me now. Keep going. This is just a rock I had from my aquarium years ago. I got it, but I never actually put it into it. So it just, well, it didn't actually, I got it in the aquarium shop, but I never used it for my aquarium. It was always going to be, I saw it and thought it'd be a good rock for a bonsai. So I brought it home and attached it to this, and like that I just never really had the right tree to work with it. Okay, so that's pretty good there now. It's pretty jammed in. There's one root up here, but we don't want that one down, it's too high. So we can leave all them in there and we can pack that. We might need to just put a bit of muck or something around this just to hold it in place. But that's the first one in. Now this one, I'm thinking maybe just putting something like this in here. We can put him in there. I have this one. Let's have a look at this one. Is actually wired into the pot. So look at what the roots are like. If we can get it out. Tangled up in there with the wire and the screen at the bottom. I want to come into it for some reason. Okay, let's have a look. What we have with this one. Let's get that lens off. Okay. Maybe we could put this one in here. Like that. Let's see which is the best angle to plant it. Maybe kind of back there, because I'm going to put this one or this one. Which one would be best up here? I have two here. This one seems to just have one root. There's a couple of short roots here that maybe I could incorporate into here. If I can figure out a good way of, a good position to plant it in. Plan was to put this one up here. Whether it be on there or through that hole, and then have the root coming down. And this guy, again, it's got a nice long root on it. We could put one root in there. One root we can bring down into the soil down here, so maybe that would be better. So we kind of end up something like that. Okay, so this guy's going to keep falling, so we'll get these planted so we can then fix this guy in properly. So I think what I'm going to have to do here, something I haven't done before, is actually put a bit of wire onto this root. Put this guy back in the water, because you can see the root is actually thicker than the trunk. It gets thicker as it goes down, I mean, so I'm going to put a little bit of wire just so I can straighten this. And then once it's established, the root should straighten up, because the low's going to just go straight down. And once it's straightened up, then we can cut away all the wire. So just gonna wind this around here. A lot of these small roots up here will all obviously die off because they'll be in the open air. So I'm not too worried too much about catching them, because they're all going to be shouldn't take too long, I don't think, to get this to straighten off. this one's roots in it. It's grown pretty good for a cutting. And it didn't have all this root when I was planting it in the when I planted it on the rock, the other one, so it's grown pretty good since I put it on there. Okay, so we want this root coming in here, and now we need to figure out a way of putting it so it will lock into place somewhere. That seems a good little notch there. Just want to try and get this to go straight down if we can. This end and get this long. And all this root, we'll leave it all on if we can to help strengthen it and to thicken it up. That can all go in there. And that one will go in here, and that'll thicken up in there then. We can tie that in with this tree. So, okay, let's just get a bit of soil in here now. We'll build a little muck wall first. And probably should put gloves on for this. Okay, so we'll just get a bit of this keto soil stuff. And we'll just put a little bit of a wall here. So we've got somewhere to put some soil in. Like that. And then we get some soil. I'm going to use this fine stuff. It's stuff that I've sieved from my when I sieved my akadama and my pumice and lava rock, so it's kind of very fine grain. And now we need to try and get the two of these in together if we can. I kind of want this one to grow back a bit there. This guy on here. His roots in there like that. These wires, to be honest, are going to be much help. They're a bit big. What I'll do is I'll just wind them up, make a bit of a loop, so then at least I can hook the roots in behind it. I feel like I'm doing surgery here. Okay, so they're kind of locked in there behind. That root we will have going straight down like that. Now we just need to fill this up. Let's get a small scoop, it'll be easier than this big one. down a bit. I'm not too worried about the tops of the trees just yet. We'll work on them afterwards. We just want to get them growing first. We can style them all afterwards. Okay, this guy, I'm going to put a bit of this again just around the base of him. That'll help hold that in place until he's settled. This stuff kind of goes hard and dries a bit hard. So then put the roots in there, that can still grow into it. It's good that the rock has this natural moss all growing on it too, because that'll spread pretty good over this. Okay, just fill in the back here now with some more soil. Okay, we will need to put a bit of drainage screen over the holes in this. So, just got a little square to go in there. Cover it up all together. It's a bit big. Oh, careful. Might have to tie this tree on here somehow. See, maybe when I have this pinned down it will hold it. Let's see. Okay. Green screen. There. Just fill it up now. I won't fill up completely yet because I still want to put one filler up here. So this guy, the roots are not going to be long enough. Maybe what we can do anyways, we'll get this root through here. I just want to check, is it better through here? Yeah, that will at least hold it. Once this root is taken, this will hold it in place. Just need to decide where I'm going to put this root. Do I want it going somewhere different or just straight down? Thinking possibly straight down, but I think I need to kind of pin it in. So I'll put a little bit of wire around there. I'm using heavier wire than I need to, just so it's easier to see when it's time to take it off. I need a bit of tubing now. Let's have to find a piece of tubing. Okay, so just put a little bit of tube on there just to stop it damaging the root. I'm going to pin it in there like that. And I'm going to try and also, if I can, pin these roots down here a bit. I'll hold it. And then what I can do is actually use this wire as a kind of an anchor point for now. Okay, so that's kind of got that down like that. We'll just give it a bit of a pull now, straighten it off like that. And now again, I think we need to put a bit of wire on here. The wire might be a bit thick for this, so we'll put a little bit of thinner wire. Find out what's in there. Probably should have done this before I put the tree on, but to make things a little bit trickier. Over that wire, so we've got an anchor point. And again, once you see that it's taken and it's starting to grow and the root is thickening and straightening up, we can just cut away all the wire. Now we want to try and get it to go down into the ground nice and straight. What I'll do then is give it like a 90-degree kink at the back, towards the back. So it's something like that. Okay, so that's them four. Now I'm thinking of putting this one. Should I put it in the soil? Let's clean it off and see what it looks like. Maybe we don't even need this one, but we'll see what it's like anyway. Jesus. Definitely knock away all the soil. Weeds. Okay, I'll just give it a wash and then we'll come back. Okay, so I've cleaned it off, and again it has one kind of long root, and I was debating whether to put it in the actual soil somewhere. But I'm actually thinking maybe we can put it on the end here. So, put the glasses on again. These short roots, they all seem to grow with one long root, and then on one side a bunch of short on the other roots. If we stick these before I do now, let's put a bit of wire on this again first. I have no idea if this is going to work too great or not, but we'll give it a go. Well, let's just see where we want to put it. here. And actually, yeah. Okay. So just put a bit of wire again around this root. Now what I'm going to do is we'll actually tie the tree to here. So we'll just get a little bit of wire to wrap around the tree there. So that'll hold that tree in place while I work on the roots. Most of my trees is gone. You lose things when you're in a little tiny room. Okay. Now again, I'm going to push this down just to hold them roots pinned there a minute. And then this root, I'm going to bring it over the back here, and again we'll take it straight down to the soil. Maybe we'll bend this one going back this way. Okay, so that should eventually lock in okay there. Let's trim this one back. Okay, so I think now we can fill her up. I'll mound it up a bit because you want to make sure cover as much root as you can. Just work that in a little bit. Just going to kind of tap it down. Probably work itself in, but I don't want to kind of be digging down in amongst roots because then I end up pulling the roots up and knocking them, so I'm just going to pushing it down. Now, up here, what I'm going to do, this lock here, I'll just work down over this. And hopefully with the wire there, that'll help hold it in place, pin it in. Like I said, this kind of gets kind of a hard shell then once it dries on the outside. Okay, so that'll be like that. Okay, like I said, all these guys will just dry out and fall off, these little ones. So what I'm going to do now is see if I can get a little bit of moss just to fill in, keep the moisture into the roots. So we'll have a look at moss I can find. Okay, I got a bit of moss, not a lot. I don't really want to go stripping my trees of moss, so it's just bits I found around the place. So this fine stuff, very fine, we'll use on this back here. So we can stick that on pretty good. And that will hopefully spread over there and hold that all in place nicely. And then again, we'll use this fine stuff down here as well. Actually, I'll use it on this piece because it'll stick better. See, it's a good bit put down here. Okay, just need a tiny bit we can push in here. And like that we can trim the moss once it's taken. Okay, so now it's just cover the bottom a bit and keep some of this soil nice and moist. Again, this moss is a bit thick, but it'll do for the job now. Let's trim this stuff down a little bit, there's a bit too much work on the bottom of it. So it's a bit dry at the moment, but we'll give it a good soaking once we get it all done. Eventually you might put some little ferns and things into the planting somewhere, but for now we'll just go with the moss. This is really long moss, but that's all we have at the moment, so we'll just make do. Just to help keep the soil moist. Corner. This stuff spreads really well, this one, so we'll put that back there and just let it spread over the back. A little bit in this bottom corner where these roots are. Tiny bit. There's the stuff in this hole. Okay, so I'll just clean up and we'll come and have a look at it. Okay, so that's it all done, and like I said, we can always replace the moss with better moss when we get more nicer cleaner moss for down here, but for now it'll do. Hopefully the birds will leave it alone. The trees will hopefully recover in no time and just carry on growing. Normally they just don't flinch, they just keep going, growing like nothing's happened when you repot them and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how these work out, but it's just something a little bit different. But I kind of like it. I definitely think it's got a kind of a little bit of a jungly thing going on, so I think maybe some small ferns down here. Maybe we could stick some in some of these holes as well, just to enhance it a bit, but that can come at a late stage. So yeah, we'll take it out now, we'll give it a good watering, and then hopefully everything goes alright, and I will later on in the year give it a bit of a stein in the trees, a bit of a prune and stuff, and like that maybe we'll put some ferns and things on. So as always guys, if you like the videos, don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.